Hello and welcome along to this session of the Face of Entrepreneurs. Yes, we've finally gone live after quite a lot of messing around and doing bits and pieces to try and get here, but we're here now, so we'd like to welcome you to our event tonight, wherever you're from. And by all means, when you come into this event, you can see us on the event page. Pop your location down in the comments box and let us know where you're coming from. This is a really neat, special event tonight. We've got a lovely couple from a walk in life that I would call pretty special and probably a lot of fun, and we'll find out how much fun that is shortly. But before we do, I want to introduce you to the Face of Entrepreneurs. It's an exciting organisation, event and activity all in one, and we'll expand a little bit on that. Before we do, let me run a quick video for you.
The energy, the feel, the dynamic, the content, the whole thing's just perfect. It's just perfect.
The adventure and variety is big for me, so I really liked that as well. It keeps people guessing. Again, it's a point of difference compared to other types of events.
Yeah, the element of secrecy and knowing that you're going to be doing an activity that may challenge you is also something really good. I like that. It's a nice surprise.
We just asked us to meet at the Star Observer over there, and I thought, oh my God, we're going, in circles, and I was, quite rapt, and I said, oh, we're not going there, we're going ice skating just across the road. That was fantastic.
They're offering all of you complimentary classic membership to Entrepreneur Cup. It's not about just the winning, it's about having that drive. Sometimes you don't win, but at least you try.
He said all the right stuff that as entrepreneurs to keep going, we need to hear that stuff constantly about, be hungry, don't worry about rejection, have strong self-esteem. A no doesn't mean no.
Some pretty exciting stuff happening there, as you can see in that video, and I want to introduce you to Federico Ray. Federico, welcome along this evening. It's good to see you again.
G'day, Stuart. Welcome. Thanks again for this opportunity and again for your time, especially on a difficult day for you with the storms in Queensland. But I look forward to having this chat again and having the chance to also talk to Madeline and Jamie.
Yeah, and look, it's always fun to have these events and have you on the show, but what I want to do is really ask you to talk a little bit about the Face of Entrepreneurs and what that is for you and what is the mission of this whole program.
Sure. The Face of Entrepreneurs started earlier this year, around about May, and it all began from an amazing experience I had in South Africa late last year. I spent a week in a safari boot camp environment with a serial entrepreneur and his team, where we learn about entrepreneurship in the outdoor environment. So that experience basically combined entrepreneurship and adventure in the one go. And between the participants and the members, we bonded. We had a lot of fun. We learned about the highs and lows about running your own business and achieving success, but also dealing with setbacks in your life and business. So that week of amazing experience, so I took it back to Melbourne and felt compelled to keep that kind of experience running with people within the Melbourne environment. So I decided to set up a networking event and essentially call it the Face of Entrepreneurs. And the Face of Entrepreneurs is essentially based on 3 core pillars, and the first one is about connecting. And just like with all networking events, it's really important to connect with like-minded people, with people who are in business, whether you're a budding entrepreneur, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a small business operator, or simply an enterprising individual. It's really great to connect. And really the second pillar is about inspiring each other. I believe that with every experience there is a story to tell, and just like we'll discover tonight with Jamie and Madeline, they have their story to tell about why they do what they do and what their vision, what their philosophy to business perhaps is, and where they want to go with their endeavours and their pursuits. Equally, for me, my legacy is about spreading the word of entrepreneurship within the business community, particularly in Australia, and inspiring and energising people to come along and have fun and really learn about how we do it in the world of business and entrepreneurship. So that's the second pillar of what the program offers. And the third pillar, perhaps the most unique and intriguing component, is the escape part, which again hinges from the adventure that I had in South Africa. And with the escape, we organise activities in Melbourne that combine a sense of surprise or secrecy. We don't actually tell members what we'll be getting up to, so we get people to meet us at a secret location, and then we inform them what we're going to be doing. And the whole reason why we do it that way is to kind of push people outside of their comfort zone and then have this amazing bond and experience together. So over the last few events, we've had ice skating, rock climbing, even Bollywood dancing, which was the last event. So I guess the Face of Entrepreneurs is about those 3 pillars, and from my point of view and from the experiences that we've had from the members who have participated, the program is unique, it's creative and colourful, and as you may notice from the branding and the faces of the entrepreneurs, the photography that you see are images of us, but images of the members as well, and that's also part of our corporate branding, I guess. So in a nutshell, that's what we do, Stuart.
Yeah, Federico, it's been really exciting to have some of the people on the show with us here, and quite a number of them have been involved with some fairly big business enterprises, but we've also had some people that have been involved with something quite small, and in many cases just starting out. And I think that's one of the really exciting things about the Face of Entrepreneurs, is this is for everyone who's looking to perhaps make the connections, put in place some of these 3 pillars that are, I wouldn't say, they're not unique, but they're unique to the Face of Entrepreneurs, but they're ideal for helping people to develop, whether they're just starting out or whether they're already got a flourishing business of quite a big degree. Can you tell us a little bit about what sort of people are attracted to it and what they're getting out of the Face of Entrepreneurs?
I guess the program is open to all people, so we don't want to discriminate the people that come along. Obviously, the people who join need to have the same level of energy and drive as we do, and also ambitious people who want to reach higher grounds and be more successful in their own right. Whether you're an employee, or I call them entrepreneurs, people who are entrepreneurially spirited but want to connect with entrepreneurs who run their own businesses. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur, again, people who are starting out and aspire towards being more successful, and we can learn from each other. And apart from the members that we have that come in all shades of grey, we also have guest speakers that have joined us in the past, and up to now we've had 2 amazing guest speakers. The first one was Martin Martinez, and he's a serial entrepreneur of the Entrepreneur Card, and he came to Melbourne from Sydney and spoke about his story, and he also had an amazing offer for our members. And then recently we had Julianne Black, and Julianne is a TV celebrity, an international speaker, and she spoke about women in business and very much discovering the X factor for women. So whether you're female, male, or whatever age group, and you're wanting success in whatever shape or form, obviously in the business context and in life, this environment gives people that opportunity to mingle, to chat, to learn from each other, and essentially be inspired.
Yeah, now a lovely couple that have also been, well, I think involved quite from the beginning, if I'm not wrong, are along here tonight. They form the entity called zucchiniclan, and I'm talking about Madeline Hudson and Jamie Antonio. I hope I've got those names right, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in there and being patient with us. Welcome along this evening. Good to see you here. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you're doing.
Yeah. Hi, Stuart. Yeah, got the names right. Yeah. Hi. What we're doing here, is zucchiniclan music for free-range kids, and it's a project we put together. And we're both musicians, both being activists for positive things, sustainability and the environment, Indigenous issues, and so on. And yeah, I was just teaching some kids in a small rural school in Far East Gippsland in Victoria. Here I've got a property, and it sort of started there with some prep kids coming up with some ideas, and we wrote some songs, and that was in 2006. Here we are today, Matt.
That's right. Yeah, so zucchiniclan is just an awesome business project for us to combine our three main passions, which is, campaigning on environmental campaigns, being activists, working with kids, and doing musical theatre. So it's been a really nice coming together of both of those ideologies for us to align to really take this business as far as we can go. So.
Awesome. Can you explain to me what free range kids are? I'm very intrigued by that statement, ideology, whatever. Tell us.
Yeah, I think all kids are free range, aren't they? Because they're just independent beings, and they're open to ideas, and they're open to love, and they'll manifest love instead of so much fear now is being put on society, and through the media and through politics and through just the environment, what's happening, and kids are open to love, and so for me the antidote to fear is love, and the kids are, they're fun to work with.
Yeah, and free range means we want to facilitate that free range spirit within children, to maintain that free range spirit of expressing themselves, of and caring for the earth, because you're free range, you're still connected to the earth, and that's something that we want to facilitate for children who maybe live in the city, and I think that's a big thing. There's a lot of programs coming through now, like edible classrooms, that teach children that connection, like trying to reconnect back to where their food comes from, and that's sort of the essence of our sustainability ethos, is to reconnect. Like, if you're a country kid, maybe you have that, but a lot of the audience that we want to connect with are city kids, to connect with their free-range spirit.
And with that, within the community, and working on developing sustainable communities, and being part of a community, and so that everyone helps each other out, and everyone has a role and a place. So people aren't left out, they're not left behind. Everyone has something to contribute, and to nurture that creative spirit, the creative essence that everyone has. And I think if that's nurtured, especially from a younger age, well, then people will find their place in the world and be a lot happier.
I'm pleased you mentioned the creative spirit, because part of some of the work that I'm doing at present during the day is sales training, and I'm working with corporates, and it just seems that we've lost that creativity, we've lost the free range stuff, and especially in big business where you've got rows and rows of people sitting in front of computers doing whatever it is they're doing. It's obviously important, but they're not really operating as humans anymore, and I think it's so important to keep that going. It's why I'm so intrigued about what you're doing here. Tell us about how you've been able to make this not just something of your passion, but also something of a business for yourselves.
Wow, go Nats.
Well, we're working hard. You know, we're in that category of just starting out. Really, like the last year has been us being able to focus it as a business. We had the last 2 festival seasons of working as a band. Like, great, these are great songs. The families love it. The kids love it. We get affirmed everywhere we go that this is great, and we know that holistic sustainability is an important part of.
It's what people want.
Yeah, it's what people want,
They do.
So we've had the last year really setting it up as a business, but that means getting our brand right, really getting that nice and clear. So, and we've just debuted our first stage shows, which we're very excited. We want to be touring schools. We want to be touring schools as our main, the core of the business, but from there we want to extrapolate as big as possible. But mainly schools, because that's going to be our core audience, and then flow on from there. But yeah, we've debuted the show, which is really exciting, and we're just working hard now to make sure that we can secure touring next year. Yeah.
That's fantastic. If I can just jump in, Stuart, and just add a few comments about Madeline and about Jamie. Is when I first met them months ago, I was really keen to have them part of the Face of Entrepreneurs for a number of good reasons. And the first one was about their energy and their unique story. And I felt from day one that both of them were clear about what their vision was, and were compelled to create a very unique business around their ideologies and philosophies and talent in their creative field. And over the time that I've been with them or been around them, I've noticed tremendous growth and change, and I admire them for what they've done. And I guess from my point of view, their story is about an enduring passion and going out and doing something that is perhaps unconventional, but simply following your dream, working damn hard and doing it. And in just 5 or 6 months, I've noticed huge results from a personal development level, from a branding perspective, and even from a financial level. And I can say that, you know, as a close counterpart. So, you know, having Jamie and Madeline part of the team just adds value and flavour, especially with, you know, their creative business, which is very unique. So thanks, guys.
Thank you, Federico.
Yeah.
We feel so grateful. We feel really grateful to have connected up with the Face of Entrepreneurs, because it's not only given us all that, you know, all the business smarts, like getting clearer about what we need to do, but it's affirmed and supported us energetically and to keep going, because, you know, a big part of keeping going is keeping, being mindful of the long haul and the bigger picture, and knowing hanging in there, you know, it takes time setting up a business. We feel that.
So, I mean, I get asked the question all the time, what's the recipe for success? And I think we've just mentioned it in the last few minutes of discussion. And if we put, say, those ingredients together, I guess between us we can say that, you know, successful entrepreneurship is about passion, vision, hard work, determination, creativity, innovation. And yes, we've heard those things before, but here's proof and evidence of how it all works, because just seeing how you guys have grown and developed is evidence of how it should be done. And just like what Stuart was saying, when you go to the corporate environment, you often you don't see that that creative spark in people, and it's lacking. And I think if you step outside of that environment and you step into the world of the Face of Entrepreneurs, you get a completely different experience where there's literally a lot of energy and good feeling, where we bounce that feeling off each other and we learn and grow. And that's exactly the feeling that I had myself in South Africa, just meeting along with a lot of people from all parts of the world, with different professions, different experiences, and just infusing all this energy and experience in the one big pot gave us tremendous thought and insight about what I wanted to do, what we can all do as individuals. So those experiences are ones that you never forget. So I have a question for you guys. What was your experience? What has been your experience so far with the various events? Because you've both attended 2 or 3 events over the past few months. So what have you felt you've gained out of the program?
I think, yeah, for me, it's great to be around like-minded people that are positive, and everyone has their story, and everyone's having a go. Everyone's trying, and we're all in the same boat pretty much. And just trying to create our own sustainable incomes and trying to make something. It's about being creative. People are creative and they're trying. It's easy just to have a job maybe and just have someone else make the decisions. It takes a lot more guts to go into business, and so you just need to have those like-minded people around. And the Face of Entrepreneurs has been fabulous. Yeah, the ice skating was a tough one for me, but I did much better at the Bollywood dancing.
That's right. We both, funnily enough, did quite well at the Bollywood dancing, and we had a hoot doing that. But no, it's really helped. It's just added a lot to our toolkit in business. Each event, we get to hear those first-hand experiences, which are invaluable. We get to hear that, and we can mentor through these people that we hear speaking about through their experience, and we can really, have a great insight, so we can see ourselves down the track. When you see people who are established, and that vision and the clarity of that vision is really great. It's been really great to be around those people. So.
I'm sorry to hear, Jamie, that you didn't like the ice skating too much. But the whole point of these activities is to really push people outside the comfort zone. And you know, if I add that component to the recipe for success in business, it's really, in my experience, pushing yourself outside that comfort zone. Not only on an intellectual level, on an emotional level, but on a physical level and so forth. And it's when you push yourself outside of that comfort zone and you share that same experience with other people, those memories you'll never forget. And I have very fond memories of the past few events, and I have even more fond memories about what I did in South Africa, and I want to be able to replicate those experiences ongoing throughout the Face of Entrepreneur. So all I can say is watch out for the next event. It will be certainly a challenge, but you know, it's fun and it's safe, and that's the whole idea behind the program.
Yeah.
Now, Madeline and Jamie, I heard that you were doing some recording. Am I right about that? And is that something you can tell us about, or is it the hush-hush at the moment?
No, nothing's hush-hush. Well, our first album has been out for nearly 3 years now.
Yeah.
And we've got a few other songs that it's a real long process with recording and doing the music and so on. But our good friend David Butt, we have a community studio here that we work with at Irene Arts in Brunswick, and we've got some new songs. We're going in a new musical direction. We've incorporated some electronic elements into our show now, and so we've got our acoustic organic music. And we went from a 3-piece to a 2-piece. Our third member couldn't commit to the journey with the family and other commitments. So we've got in some technology to broaden the sound, and it's exciting.
So we do need to. We're just at a phase now where we're going to record the next lot of songs, and they're really fresh. They're going to have a fresh new sound, as you hope the next evolution of recording is. We've got our new song Solar Power that we've been playing live for a little while. We've got our zucchiniclan theme song, which is all, the main refrain is it's not what you get but what you give, and that's really nice to affirm that for kids and families. And we've got a song called Unique. So that was a great song that we collaborated on about being unique.
Yeah, just celebrating who you are and accepting who you are, and that everyone is worthy.
Yeah.
I have another question for you guys. Sorry, Stu, I know you might have had one yourself, but I might just butt in there and ask the question about partnership, because I know that in business a partnership can be often challenging, even though it can also be very, very powerful. And if you're running a business on your own, you can tend to make all the decisions by yourself. But when you're with, say, 2 people like yourselves or more people, often things get a bit more complicated. How do you guys deal with the highs and lows together, or perhaps how do you share your workload between each other in terms of your skill set?
Well, it's really great because on a personal, emotional level, we really balance each other out. It's great. Jamie was the originator of the song, so he came up with the ideas, and he was singing these songs with kids for numeracy and literacy, for years, and then I came on board, and now we've been collaborating. So, if it just works well as a partnership energetically, that if one person's struggling and a bit down, the other person can buoy them up. So we've seen that work a lot. But professionally, we complement each other in our skill set really well as quite well as well. Jamie's great at doing the promo and the writing, and I like writing as well, but he has a real knack, a real flair for that, and I have a flair for designing and creating set and video. So it was nice. The last phase of the growth that you've seen, Federico, is us being designed as cartoons. So we're not animated cartoons yet, but we have cartoon images. And through my connections through theatre, I sort of connected up with people, and we did a little promo clip. So we've got a new promo clip, and I work a lot on the visual and that side of things as well as the musical. And Jamie's great. He's a great wordsmith. He really is. And I have my moments as well, but it's a nice way. He's been drafting the letter to the schools, and we both, in terms of getting gigs and doing the production, we balance out on that. We both sort of generate off each other. And
recently with songwriting, which has been great, because I did the initial songs. Well, the first songs started with the first lines. zucchiniclan started with a prep boy, Austin Fisk, who's now in high school, saying to me, "Puppy's paws were hurting from the blackberries. I rescued him. Now he's happy." And from that, I started playing the guitar. So 3 prep kids had an hour in the Goonga school. Nothing planned, because that's how I roll. That's it. And the creative kids took over, and that's how it started. And now we're finding that Madeline come up with an idea, and I'll finish the song, and I've come up with ideas, and then she's finished something else. So it's just, it's really fluid like that. It's really nice.
So if you had one word of advice to other people out there that want to have a business in partnership, what would be that one thing that you think people have to work out between them in a partnership? What would be one challenge that you've had, that you've overcome, that you've learned, and that's the best advice you can give someone?
What's your best advice?
We're like a brother and sister, so we have, patience, I think. Patience is the thing. Patience is acceptance.
No, look. No, I would say being really clear about who's doing what. Delegating roles, so you don't, like, we got to that place where we're like, okay, you're handling that, I'm handling this, and then then you've got your expectations clear. And if you don't, that's when things get a little bit like, oh, what are you working on? But just being really clear about who's doing what, and then you have that synergy. Then the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You're like, yeah, we're on fire now. We're really working well as a unit.
That's excellent advice. So basically, clarity and I suppose patience and determination. I guess that's the recipe for successful partnership, and I will completely endorse that myself. I have one more question, and then I'll just give it back to Stuart. I know from experience that creative people, and I would highly regard you guys as creative and talented in that area, often the creative mindset does not necessarily work well with the business strategy and perhaps the pragmatic mindset. How do you guys deal with the creative and the pragmatic and getting that working together smoothly?
We're on a roll.
We do find it a challenge. We find it a challenge, and this is but we just encourage each other, and that's what, again, has been great with the Face of Entrepreneurs, mentoring with you through the NICE scheme, is we just have that scaffolding. So we go, look, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're not inventing it out of nowhere. This is the outline. This is the model, that we need to follow, and we just, through our close relationship, we just help each other through those challenges, but also we know what we want to work towards, which is to get an agent, to get those other people on the zucchiniclan team, so we can slowly but surely just focus on all the creative stuff, because we've got, there's a lot to do when you're creating a show, writing songs, booking, like any business, that you have to work across so many modalities. So,
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn, so we're just being persistent, and we're just going for it. I suppose booking in shows in the schools, we're doing that now. We're emailing the schools, and we've got a good product. We realised that we needed a good little promo clip, and Madeline had a contact there, a fellow by the name of Stitch, who did a great little promo clip, which is on our website, and his housemate did the cartoons, Sebastian, and so we've got a really improved our product that way, and just keep working on your brand.
You've certainly got. You're certainly building a good brand for yourselves, and I must say that, you know, as an external observer, you're doing a wonderful job in that area. So I'm sure in just a matter of months and years you'll be doing exceptionally well with your business because it's so unique. Well done, guys.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Stuart. Do you have any questions, Stuart? Perhaps we can wrap up soon.
Yeah, I just thought that maybe Madeline and Jamie, you could talk a little bit about your website, because I think that's quite fascinating and sort of, you know, supplements what you've just been talking to us about here. There's a uniqueness about what you're doing, and but I can see it's highly complementary. What is your website, and where can people go to find out more about you?
It's zucchiniclan.com, or just Zucchini Clan. Google Zucchini Clan, and we're the only Zucchini Clan.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, there's plenty of zucchinis, but not any Zucchini Clans apart from us. So we've got a cute little DIY film clip on there to a song we did, Little Black Fly, and now, you know, we need to get on to making more clips and so on. So we've got a good support network with people around us. Our costumes, we've got our hats on here, designed by our great friend Sarah Seahorse, who's a great milliner. And just our recent shows, our friends have been commenting, and people in the audience, about our costume, the evolvement. We've got fabulous bespoke costumes that Seahorse made, and just building up, having a good supportive network has been really fantastic, because it's a big undertaking. I mean, just to say that, to acknowledge that, but also we're not the first people to, you know, set out into the children's entertainment industry either. So there's definitely a lot of other people that we can look around and see, you know, how they've got, you know, made their business work. But for us, we want to, we want to take it to the next level if we can. We really want to be representatives for, you know, a sustainable future. So we'll have a lot of currency like that, I think, with our characters and Zucchini Clan. And you can download all the songs from the first album on the website from Bandcamp. So that's great. $10 for all the songs, and we hope to get our new songs up there soon.
And look, guys, I think you stand out really well too, not only on the show tonight, but on your website. The shows that you're doing, I can see you've actually got a schedule of shows in the website. But how does somebody go about securing you for a show? What do they have to do?
Yeah, well, they could email us at our email contact is on the website. It's just zucchini.clan@gmail, or Madeline's phone number's on there too. We're our own agent at this stage, so we'd love to receive those calls to book us for shows. We're doing Playfest at the Sydney Mine Music Bowl this weekend on Friday and Saturday, which will be really, really exciting. It's a great initiative, Melbourne's first big day out for kids and families, and for me and for both of us, you know, we call ourselves family-friendly music, because we're doing this music, but it's not just for kids, it's adults dig it as well, and we don't think that kids' music needs to be dumbed down or anything like that. Like, we're just writing good songs and having fun ourselves, and we personally couldn't play music that was just not good fun for us either. So I'd love to play the big festivals to adults actually and see them going nuts myself.
Do you guys have any plans to compete with the Wiggles?
Absolutely. Must.
Well, you know what? It's interesting. The Wiggles, yes, of course. And it's interesting, reflecting on the Wiggles' career, is that they started off in 1994. 1994 they started. So they've been on a long journey to get to global sort of saturation, so-called. So, yeah, we'd love to.
Once you go down that path, I'll be happy to be your agent for free.
Sounds good.
I'm just thinking, Federica, there must be somebody who's going to pop up somewhere along the line in the face of entrepreneurs that could probably do some of that work voluntarily, maybe. And perhaps if we could round out the session today, if you could just tell us a little bit more about what's coming up in the face of entrepreneurs in that line.
Good question, Stuart. So this year we've had 4 4 exciting events. We're just taking a bit of a break over Christmas, and in the new year, around about end of February, we'll have our next chapter. We call it Chapter 5. We don't yet have a theme, but it'll be once again a bit of a mystery and certainly full of fun and excitement. So stay tuned for the end of February Chapter 5 event, and that will be announced sometime in mid to late January. So hopefully we'll see you guys in Melbourne. I do also want to say that our plans or vision for the future is to expand into hopefully Brisbane and therefore be around you, Stuart, in Queensland, and experience some of that wild weather. But also have an opportunity to expand it into Sydney as well. So that they are our plans over the coming 12 to 18 months, is to expand into interstate as well. So let's keep growing that family.
And where can people go to find out more about the Face of Entrepreneurs?
Sure. We're on meetup.com at the moment, so if you go to the meetup.com site, you'll be able to type in the Face of Entrepreneurs Melbourne, and we'll be there, and we definitely stand out as being different, full of faces and full of colours. You can't miss us.
Awesome. So, look, that's meetup.com for the Face of Entrepreneurs, and we're going to round out with one final comment from each of our guests today. But just remind you about the website for zucchiniclan.com. Remembering that the spelling of zucchini has 2 C's and 1 N, and don't do what I did and have it round the wrong way and get nowhere. So it's 2 C's, 1 N, zucchiniclan.com. Madeline and Jamie, will you give us your last thoughts for the evening?
Well, just go for it if you have a dream and your creative dream, and build your community around you, and be around like-minded, positive, like-minded people that believe that you can do things. And I think by nurturing a creative spirit, and we can all create a good, sustainable income for ourselves by honouring that. And so be around good, like-minded people, such as at the Face of Entrepreneurs. And there's a lot of good, positive, happening people out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's I concur with Jamie. This is the whole basis of what we're going for, is just having a good ethical, community way forward, because that's the way to grow. Because there's a lot going on in the world that is very destructive, and it's interesting. Children are taught about environmental issues at school, yet the government is doing the opposite through certain big business transactions and different elements like that. So it's interesting. Like, we've had bit of a radical past, doing different campaigns and stuff, but it's actually, sustainability is very mainstream these days. Solar power, like, it's crazy that renewable energy isn't, that we're not moving forward like other countries with renewable energy and those sort of things. So this is why we're so passionate about zucchiniclan, because we know it's the future, and it's for everyone, not just us. We're not self-aggrandizing. It's a real community and family, because that's the way forward. Yeah.
And it's definitely something coming to the fore. Thanks very much for those comments. Federica, do you want to have a little something at the end too?
Of course, Stuart. Firstly, thank you to you for your time and for your ongoing support towards the Face of Entrepreneurs, and especially a big thanks to Madeline and Jamie, not only for tonight, but their ongoing support and participation in previous events. Your time, your energy, your words of wisdom, your experiences, your story is of great value to me, to our members, and I hope that you can keep coming along, and for you to also invite your people and your connections as well. So thanks again, guys, and thanks for your time tonight. You've done a great job.
Thanks, Federico, and thanks, Stuart.
Thank you both.
Entirely welcome. Thanks very much, everyone. I'd like to round out with perhaps the word that has summarised all of what we've talked about tonight, and that's the word perseverance. This is the common denominator of all successful business, and I think with what's already been happening with zucchiniclan, there's a perseverance factor there, and I say watch this space. It's going to be well worth plugging into in the future, and we'll be seeing much more of them. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us today. This is the Face of Entrepreneurs, and with that, we're going to close out this evening.